Hello, my name is Milagros del Saz Rubio and I worked at the Department of Applied Linguistics at the Universidad Politécnica de Valencia. Today we're going to talk about countable, uncountable nouns and the quantifiers we use with them. The aims of the presentation are the following. First, we are going to revise the difference between countable and uncountable nouns. Then we are going to define what a quantifier is and how they can be used. And finally, I'm going to provide some practice to illustrate the theory. Right, countable and uncountable nouns. Remember that countable nouns are nouns which can have a singular and a plural form. We can also use numbers with them. This means you can count these nouns. For example, where's my shirt? You can always say one shirt, two shirts, four shirts. Right. On the contrary, uncountable nouns, they are nouns which only have one form. And we cannot use numbers with them, and the verb is always in the singular. We cannot use a verb in the plural. For example, rice is an easy crop to cultivate. So we cannot say rices are, and we cannot count it. We cannot say one rice or two rices. This is incorrect. Right. However, we can make an uncountable noun countable by adding an expression such as a piece of or a bit of. So you can use the noun as an uncountable noun, can I have some bread, or you can make it countable. For example, can I have a piece of, or can I have a slice of bread? Right. Be careful because there are some uncountable nouns which can end in s. But remember, they always have a singular verb. For example, billiards is a game I've never played. This uncountable noun ends in s, but the verb is always in the singular. Right. You can use some for positive sentences with uncountable nouns. For example, we have some bread left, or would you like some coffee? And we can also use any with negative sentences. For example, there isn't any wheat left in the barnyard. Right. Okay, now we're going to talk about some nouns which sometimes can be used as countable and as uncountable. But the difference is that there is a slight change of meaning. Compare the following sentences. Guatemala produces coffee on a large scale. In this case, coffee is used as an uncountable noun because it refers to the material. In the next sentence, would you like a coffee with some biscuits? In this case, you are referring to a cup of coffee. So the noun is used as a countable noun. The same happens for I love chicken when you refer to the food, or how many chickens have you got in the farm when you refer to the individual animals. Right, now we're going to have a look at English quantifiers. Well, quantifiers are expressions used to indicate a quantity, and sometimes they can also indicate the speaker's attitude towards the quantity expressed. Here you have some examples of the use of quantifiers. We used a lot of manure last year. A lot is a quantifier used with manure, which is an uncountable noun. Or, how many acres have you cultivated? Not many, just a few. Here we have how many, okay, many and a few, which are quantifiers used in this case with acres, a countable noun. Right. Some English quantifiers can go with both countable and uncountable nouns. This is the case for some and any. So you can say, I need some help, which is an affirmative sentence and it's using an uncountable noun and obviously it's singular. Or you can say, we need some chairs, where you use some in an affirmative sentence but with a countable noun, which is in the plural. Or you can use any as well with countable nouns. For example, have you got any tiger nuts? Or with uncountable nouns, I haven't got any rice left in the cupboard. Right. Other English quantifiers that can be used with both countable and uncountable nouns are the following: a lot of, plenty of, lots of, loads of, which is a synonym, and enough. So remember that you can use these quantifiers both with countable and uncountable nouns. Let's have a look at some examples. I've got a lot of work to do on the farm. In this case, a lot of work is used with an uncountable noun. There are a lot of farmers for the festival. In this case, farmers is a countable noun. We haven't got enough time. Again, enough is used with time, which is an uncountable noun. Or, there are enough packets of rice here. Notice that enough is used with packets, which is in this case a countable noun. Right. In contrast, there are some English quantifiers that can only go with countable nouns. This is the case of how many, few or a few, a large, great number of, several, and a majority of. So these quantifiers can only be used with countable nouns. For example, a few piglets have died because of the swine flu, or a large number of pigs were infected in Asia. At the same time, some English quantifiers can only go with uncountable nouns. And this is the case of how much, a little or little, a bit of, a great deal of, a large amount of, or a large quantity of. So be careful, because these quantifiers can only be used with uncountable nouns. For example, how much luggage have you got? Luggage is uncountable. Or, a great deal of energy is being produced in an environmentally friendly way. Notice that energy is an uncountable noun and takes a verb in the singular form. Right. As we said before, sometimes when we use a quantifier, we are also transmitting the speaker's attitude towards the quantity. So I want you to pay attention to the following pairs of examples. In the first one, we just have a few bottles of wine, but they will do for the night. So here we are using a few, which is a quantifier that we use with countable nouns. In this case, a few means enough. Okay, there are not many, but the speaker thinks that even though there are not many, there are enough. However, if you compare this example with the next one, we have a few glasses dough. In this case, we use few, again with a countable noun glasses. But in this case, the speaker is transmitting that few is not enough, so we need to buy more. The same happens with a little and little. If I say, there is little money in my purse, take it, what I mean to say is that a little means not much, but it's enough. So this sentence is quite positive. However, in the next one, she has got little money. Little means it's not enough. So in this case, it has a negative sense. And I say we should give her some money. Right. And now I want you to try the following exercises. In the first exercise, you have to complete the sentences with the words below. So here you have all these sentences, right? And the first thing you have to decide before trying the exercise is whether the nouns here are countable or uncountable. Because depending on whether they are countable or uncountable, you are going to use the verb in the singular or the plural form, and you are going to use some quantifiers or others. Good luck with the exercise. And here you've got the key. Right, now we're going to try another exercise. In this exercise, what you have is to choose the right English quantifier. So again, you have to decide if the noun is countable or uncountable, but also you have to decide if the quantifier can be used with countable and uncountable nouns, or whether the quantifier is restricted to either countable or uncountable. Good luck. And here you have the key for this exercise. Right, and this is all for today. Thank you very much.